one of either two ways. One, I can take you down to the mental health facility right now in the squad car, or we can sit here and wait for a couple hours, no telling how long it's going to be for one of them to come pick you up. I was like, oh, you can't just leave my house because I'm fine. He said, nope. I said, okay, well, I guess I will ride with you then. So he puts me out there in front of like the whole neighborhood I have, and he pats me down like I have something. I'm in gym shorts and a t-shirt, like, and a pair of sliders. Like, I don't have anything on me besides my phone and my wallet. And like, he puts me in the back of the car. I'm like, I can't just, you know. And that was a funny joke. My best friend who came to pick me up from the place was like, oh, at least you got to ride in the police car. I was like, oh no, I rode in the back like a criminal.
Yeah, of course.
So,
of course.
I get there, you know, it's like he didn't listen to me because I didn't try anything. I just thought about it. I told him what happened, and he tells the guys like, so this young man here was trying to hurt himself, and I was like, thanks for listening, officer.
Right. And
the person who was at the desk took me in the back. It's like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And he sits me down and he's like, go ahead and tell me everything. I give him this whole spiel, 15, 20 minutes of how I'm feeling. Everything's going on in my head. And he's just, okay, well, I'm just like the secretary here.
Lovely. Lovely.
And the people who do handle this stuff are out at dinner. So when they come back, you'll have to say all this again. And I was furious at this point.
Sure.
And they come in, and in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, what can I say that just allows me to leave tonight? Like, just enough. And they get in there, and there's two people. Everything that I say, they're typing down on a computer. Like, it's not a good experience at all. It's not fun. Like, I hate everything about it. And I just kind of, like, I remember them asking things like, you know, have you ever thought about hurting yourself before? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm here, obviously, things like that. And at one point, they asked if I'd ever thought about, you know, killing somebody before. And I said, yes! And I laughed, and they came, we're going to come back to that. And then they were like, they came back, I was like, well, what I meant was not killing, but just like, I get angry, and I want to punch people. Like, and that's true of me, you know me. Like, I can get angry, people can frustrate me, and I want to be macho man, beat them up. Ooh, yeah. And so they were convinced enough that I was fine enough to leave, but I had to call my best friend, and he had to stay with me the whole night and make sure I was in eyesight or whatever. So he picked me up. He's an awesome friend. I still hang out with him all the time. I love him to death. And he took me back to my house. He was nice enough. He said I'll stay on the couch, and he made sure I was good, and I slept in my room. And the next day, I went home because it was my birthday weekend. I was turning 20 years old. And obviously my mom knew something was wrong the whole weekend, and I was trying to act like nothing happened. And, you know, I told her finally before I left and came back to Denton. And then that night, my entire family had showed up. My sister, my mom, my dad. Saw my dad cry for the first time in my life. It was like this real surreal moment of like, oh my God. And I think it was the moment of them getting like, hey, this is real. Like, yeah. He's not just saying these, like, this is real feelings if he's actually like thinking about this. And that's when they helped me get set up to go see a psychologist, start talking, things like that, and just trying to figure things out. And it's when it finally got real and more serious. Talked to the psychologist. He advised me to get on antidepressants, which I tried. They didn't work. They had me on these like uppers and downers. I just took all my emotions away. Like, I was going and doing things and be like, oh, you did awesome, Ryan. Oh, cool. Ryan, you messed this up. Like, that's really bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't care. I didn't care what I did at all. I was just like, I'm going to do things. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my story. I left there shortly, found wrestling. You know, wrestling saved my life. I don't know if wrestling alone saved my life, but the people around me. Some of my best friends from back then, some of my best friends now that I've met in wrestling have helped me through a lot. Like Jamie Aller, like Stephen Kirby, Tommy Becker, Jackson Stone. All some of my best people. And like the advice I can give you if you are somebody who knows somebody who's dealing with stuff like that, and they confide in you and they tell you like, hey man, I'm thinking about killing myself. From my experience, please do not call the police. Please do not do that, because please call them. If you can, get to them, talk to them, because they want to talk to you. It's literally them reaching out. It's not a cry for help. It is a cry for help because they want to talk to you. It means they're trying not to give up and talk to them. Because like, I have forgiven that man that did that to me. I don't trust him anymore. I don't talk to him anymore. Like, if I do see him, it's like, hey, man, how you doing? Good to see you again. Because I just felt like he just dumped his problems. Like, oh, please take care of that. No problem.
Yeah.
And I talked to him before why he said that, and it was some, like, breakout session he did at something with his church leadership stuff, and they said that's the best situation. And if I had been there with the pastor who said that, I might have punched that pastor.
But like, that's not the answer.
It's not. No. And Jesus wouldn't want me to do that, but I don't think Jesus would say call the police. I think Jesus would sit there with you and pray with you.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. That's my story. I'm, still struggling with it now. I have moments. I text this guy every other week almost. I feel like being like, hey, man, I'm not doing good, just to let you know. And it's frustrating, but I do have things that I know that I go do that help me. I have friends that I can talk to. I go work out. I read comics. Go to do some wrestling stuff, watch some things. And it's just another thing to let you know, like, you are loved. People care about you. And it's another thing here, like, I know that Jamie's always got my back. Tommy's got my back. Kirby, Jackson. So, yeah, that's my story.